And what is going on, everybody? My name is Jared Davidson, and guess what? It was ugly in the first half, especially, but the Grizzlies finally battled back and got a win. Like I said, it was not pretty at times, but the Grizzlies beat the New Orleans Pelicans in overtime and stay alive in the NBA Cup, 133-128. I should be being joined here in a minute by Mr. Kenny Stubblefield. He's had some internet issues as he has gone on, but yeah, man. This was probably, yes, it's the Pelicans. They were 3-15, they were 3-15. Their offense had looked 10 times better the past few games as well. Jose Alvarado decided he wanted to try and murder us by himself in that first half with 18 points, and he was a plus 23 and fueled that 30-7 run again in that first half. But yeah, man, we are rocking on this Thanksgiving Eve. I'm waiting on Kenny, trying to stall a little bit, but he'll be here shortly. I know he had Tigers live tonight. But the Grizzlies win 138-120, 133-128. We'll get that right at one point. We're just going to go down the stat sheet real quick. And apologies that I'm coughing as well. Sinusy stuff. To start out, Edey and Jackson Jr. led the way with 27 points. He did not play great in the first half. He started the game with 3 straight threes made. And then the first time out, when the 30-7 run started, gets pulled. And he missed 9 straight after coming back in, but he finished the game shooting 9 of 23 from the field. Not great, but he finished as a plus 13, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and a block. He finally started getting steals and not just blocks. Edey played great tonight as well. Big Zamboni, as Mr. Brevin Knight likes to call him, 21 points, 15 boards, 2 blocks. Zach Edey in a 5-point win was a plus 42. A plus 42 on the night in the win. He shot 10 of 15 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3. Vince Williams Jr., only 5 points, had 4 rebounds, but 17 assists for Vince Williams Jr. as well. He's continued to evolve as a playmaker, and he has solidified himself as a pure rotation player on this team, as if, we weren't really sure what we were going to get out of Mr. Williams Jr. here this season. He did have 6 turnovers, but when you have 17 assists, that's to come with it. He was a plus 30 as well. Looking at Jalen Wells continues just to get better and better in the ball game in the season so far. In the ball game tonight, 25 points, plus 19, 9 of 11 from the field, 5 of 6 from 3. Jalen Wells looked confident shooting the ball, and you could tell as soon as it left his hands, it was going in a majority of the night. Cedric Coward still in a little bit of a shooting slump, shot 5 of 10 tonight, had 12 points, had 9 boards, had hustle plays, and there is Mr. Stubblefield himself. We'll get him in here. What up, Kenny?
Bro, where are your lights at, man? I can barely see your face, bro.
Man, it's nighttime. I've had a headache all day. The overhead light's staying off.
Do you have a Zach Edey migraine? Is that what's going on?
No, my wife got me sick. That's what's going on.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
That's what's going on. But, Kenny, I was just running through the stat sheet waiting on you and just looking at how our guys played. There was a little bit of an argument in our group chat tonight about Edey and Jackson Jr. and the TI situation. But guess what? He started 3 of 3, and this is one of our talking points. I sent it to you in a text. The coin flip of Edey and Jackson Jr. started 3 of 3, missed 9 straight after he got subbed out and subbed back in. But then in that fourth quarter, in overtime, Kenny, he started making winning play after winning play. He made winning passes, hit big shots, had a big dunk in the fourth quarter, was a big reason in why we were able to force this game into overtime as well. When him and Edey were on the court together, it was some beautiful basketball.
And that's kind of the way that it's been for Zach or for Edey and Jackson Jr. this year. I called it on Anthony's show this week of Zach Edey's return is a franchise altering return because the things that he's able to do on the floor, the things that he opens up, it's so wild to me that a 7'4", 300-pound lug of a man can come into a game and automatically the game looks faster and better paced, better stacked, better, the more fluidity to the game. It is wild what Zach Edey's presence has done. And honestly, you can go, because it's coming after a win, we can sit here and say it's awesome what Zach Edey's game does for Edey and Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
if you had asked me during the middle of the game, I'd have been like, bro, Jaren's got to get this stuff together. He's got to figure this out, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to figure this out. So, yes, without a doubt, there is never anything more clear to me than when Zach Edey and Jaren Jackson Jr. are on the floor together. It is really, really, really tough to guard them.
It is. And in the fourth quarter, Jaren had 6 points. Edey had 11 in the fourth. In overtime, Edey didn't even score. Jaren had 5. But yeah, that third quarter, in the second half, that's where Jaren did his stuff. He had 9 in the first quarter, then missed 9 straight, as we talked about. But then 7 points third, 6 points in the fourth, 5 points in overtime, 27 points. I believe that is his season high, if not really close to it. But
it's got to be, right? Like,
I think it is. I think he had 26 earlier this year against.
Okay, yeah. Because I know for the first 9 games of the year, he hadn't clipped 20 at all. So.
Yeah, and then it was like 21-20, another low game, and then 26 against whoever we played. He didn't shoot great in that game either.
Right.
But dadgummit, dude, we talk about it. We've harped on it. Zach Edey, as you mentioned, how does the game look faster when you throw in a 7'4" giant? It doesn't make sense, like logistically. And also, it's insane how well he fits in this offense right now. And I talked about this with Amy earlier because we were watching the game. And, we were talking about Zach Edey's all-season surgery, how he's moving faster after the surgery. And it's because I really think he's more confident in trusting that ankle than he was last year.
You think so? Yeah, I mean, you got to remember that injury, the surgery didn't come because of an injury. It came because they were trying to stabilize from like future possible injuries, right? So like you're
hey, you got muted.
Huh?
You were muted for like your mouth was moving and no words were coming out.
Yeah, my internet went crazy. I'm sorry. Something happened with my internet just a few minutes ago when it went out. But am I back now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. It's really just about gravity. It's about the gravity that Zach Edey brings to the floor. Because if you are as much as Jock Landale has been great for the Grizzlies this year, and I know he's been getting a lot of smoke for, being kind of played out of position because of all the injuries. I mean, he's not supposed to be a starting 5 in this league, and yet he was being used and played as such. And so he was getting a lot of smoke, but I think you've seen it even with Zach Edey's return. You've seen what Jock can do off the bench. He's had his best games since Zach Edey's returned, and he's gone back to his proper place in the rotation. But go
ahead.
It's about when Zach Edey's in the game, there is so much gravity that's forced on him because number one, he's a skilled offensive player who, when you throw him the ball, he can catch it and he makes good passes with the ball. And if he gets the ball and he's got you sealed properly and got you in a place where you can't move, like, he's going to go up and he's going to make the shot. And so there's a level of gravity that is given to him. You can't leave him if he's in the dunker spot and Jaren has the ball at the key or at the top, at the free throw line. You can't leave him like you could with Jock Landale. And if you do leave him and you go double Jaren, what guard is coming down from the wing to try to chip off on Zach Edey? They'll get planted into the ground if they do that. And so there's just so much attention that has to be placed on Zach Edey that it opens the floor up for everybody else.
Yeah. Can we talk that kind of going towards Jalen Wells and how well he's played now, just talking about the game and certain players that I put in our little rundown that I texted you. Jalen Wells not only shot 9 of 11 and 5 of 6 tonight, he had a deep mid-range at the shot clock where he could have easily rushed the shot. Kenny, that was some of the best footwork I think I've ever seen to get a player to jump late in the shot clock and then just stay under control as he did and hit it with the confidence he did. Jalen Wells is starting to find his stride again after a little bit of a sophomore slump.
Well, and it's not even necessarily like, to me, it's not even it was just being played being asked to do things that he's not ready to do, that I don't know if he'll ever be ready to do. Like, it's okay for him to be a guy who is a standstill shooter in the corner, a guy who can 1-2 dribble with it, use his size and his height and his ability, his footwork ability to get those mid-range jump shots off. it's okay for him to be that guy and not have to be the guy who kind of assumes that Desmond Bain role from last year, who's the alternate playmaker. Adding Cedric Coward to the lineup, which is what we've been screaming about at Bluff City Media this entire season, is yes, Cedric Coward's a rookie. Yes, KCP's a veteran. But Cedric Coward already is a better secondary playmaker than KCP is right now.
Yep.
And what Jalen Wells will be. Like, Jalen Wells does not need to be in that starting lineup a secondary playmaker because there's zero respect for his playmaking ability. But he can playmake when he's in the right spot. So you've got the guard, if it's Vince Williams, it's John Morant. You got Cedric Coward on the 2. You've got the ability to now put him where he needs to be and let him play the role he needs to play.
Mm-hmm. And for the first time this season as well, our bench got outplayed by the opposing team's bench. We allowed 55 points at one point to the Pelicans bench. I'm going to run through. Aldama had 14. KCP had zilch, nada. Cam and Jock had 11. Conchar had 7. On that bench, Kenny, minus 21, minus 22. Cam Spencer, minus 19. Jock, a minus 34. Conchar, a plus 5. Zach Edey was a plus 42 and a 5-point win.
Jeez, was he plus 42?
Plus 42 and a 5-point win. Jaron was a plus 13. Vince was a plus 30. J-Dub was a plus 19. And Cedric was plus 27.
I want to say, what a turnaround the second half makes, because Jaron was a minus. What was he, a minus?
He was a minus 11 at one point.
11 at one point in the first half. Yeah, something like that.
First quarter, he was minus 8. Oh, Kenny, he was a minus 17.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was a minus 17, then turned it. And we've had this kind of a little bit of a running joke the past 2 games, or 3 almost, or 2 since Jaron's been back. He checks into a game when we've cut it down to like 5 or 4, and all of a sudden that leads back up to 17 for the opposing team.
It happened in this game.
It did. It happened in this game. But in that fourth quarter, when it kind of started mattering a little bit, he finally stepped up, and took the ball to the rim with some authority. He got stuffed 3 times in a row in the second quarter. Yeah. And then in that fourth quarter, he finally started to assert a little bit and be aggressive down low and didn't settle for the 3.
So what were walk me through that, because I was busy trying to fix my internet, and I was on Tigers Live for a few minutes after the Memphis Tigers won tonight. So the last I saw was in the third quarter, the struggles that were going on with Jaron. You said in the fourth quarter and in overtime, what was it that you saw? And I'm sure you've already talked about this, but what was it that you saw that he did that you were like, this is what we need from him moving forward?
So you look at it, excluding overtime where he took 3 threes, made 1, which was huge, to tie the game back up at 128. Let's see, he took 1 in the fourth, 1 in the third, and that equates to 5. He took 6 in the first half total as well. But in the third and fourth quarters, where he really started to, get into his groove and kind of show glimpses of that, potential All-NBA Edey and Jackson Jr., that all-star from last year. He got aggressive towards the rim. He had a big dunk in the fourth quarter, had a couple spinning layups that he hit. Yeah, rim attacking and playmaking. He had a very nice assist passing out of a double team. I think one of them was to Wells. He just looked much more comfortable and finally went back to playing inside the 3-point line, and he didn't hesitate to make passes out of double teams. As soon as he saw the double team come, he made that pass out and got himself back into position to have a one-on-one opportunity, which is where he thrives. And that's where I really saw him kind of take that next step in the third and fourth quarter. And if we can get that Jaron consistently, where he passes quickly out of a double team, then quickly gets back into his spot on the block with a quick ISO, it's going to open not only his game up, but it's going to open his offense up even more.
What did you see? Was it mainly Jaron and Zach that brought them back in the fourth quarter? Was that
Jalen?
Jalen did too as well.
Jalen did too. Jalen in the fourth, he had 7. He was 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3. It was but in the fourth, he hit a few big shots in the fourth to Jalen. But Jaron and Zach, it's when they were on the court together, it wasn't a Batman and Robin situation. It was a 1A, 1B situation with them. They were feeding off each other. I mean, they combined for 17 in that fourth quarter, and they were both plus 15s on the floor. Jaron shot 3 of 5. Edey shot 5 of 7 in that fourth. So I think because they had them on the floor together, which, Kenny, we were talking about when we got Zach Edey back, it would help Jaron so much more with floor spacing, being able to sag off.
Yep.
So that was the first true time we saw that with those two, where they were able to truly feed off of one another.
Yeah, man. I am so impressed by what even though you haven't seen the production out of Zach that you saw tonight. Like Zach's production was huge. Individual production was huge.
Yeah.
But I have loved what I've seen out of just like what his return has done for Jaren and what his return, even in those first like 7 minutes of the game against Cleveland, what it did for Ja. And it makes me excited for what this team is going to look like as they continue to get healthier and healthier with Zach Edey back on the floor.
And I know it was overtime game tonight, but Jaren played 36, Zach played 34, Vince played 34, Wells played 32, and Ced played 33. I know it was overtime.
So then why is everybody freaking out about the rotations then?
The rotations. The rotations. Yeah, let's switch to that.
I'm seeing, look, King Meek says, T.I. coaching and rotations be having me hollering what he does. The group chat's going nuts right now about the rotations. Like, what the hell are we talking about? These guys are playing as much. Like, what are we talking about?
That first half was – the first half rotations were kind of skeptical. I think a lot of it's stemming off of that first one where we started out 18-9 with Jaren making 3 straight threes. Okay. And then he gets pulled and the 30-7 run happens when they check in Jose Alvarado, who was a plus 23 in the first quarter alone.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's where everyone's kind of hanging their hat on. That was the main big one I saw. But the first quarter, I mean, it was But in the fourth, when it mattered most, that's the first time this year I saw T.I. finally go, yeah, these guys are playing. Because Edey played 10 in the fourth, Jaren played 9, Vince played 9, Wells only played 6, but Ced played 8. And those were all late into the fourth quarter as well.
Everybody stop freaking out. Like, what are we freaking out about?
It was the first half. It was the first half rotation.
The first quarter. This is the first quarter. It's a 4-quarter game. Like, I mean, come on, man.
I do think part of it is stemming from people are frustrated with how we keep starting slow and having to fight back in games.
And I understand. I completely understand that. 30-7 runs don't happen often, right? Like, that was crazy. There was a level of onslaught that you have to like be able to stem the tide. Coaches have a lot of say. They are relatively overrated in a lot of ways outside of their ability to control and manipulate the game. And when you coaches, there's 2 real ways that they can control and manipulate the game, and that's through their sub patterns and through timeouts. Like how they use their timeouts. Mm-hmm. And so if you're on a 30, I don't know how many timeouts were called during that 30-7 run. I would hopefully expect like you would use your entire clip and be like, let's get this situation dealt with, right? Let's make some adjustments. But yeah, I mean, in the end, man, fourth quarter time is winning time, bro. And mm-hmm. like if you are making the same rotational decisions in the fourth quarter as you did in the first quarter, then let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
But damn, like I'm like, bro, look at these minutes. Like, we're freaking out, and look at these minutes, man. Like, Jaren played 36 minutes tonight. Like,
yeah.
Zach played 35. Where I guess there's no more minutes restrictions. Cedric Howard played 34. No more minutes restrictions. Like, let's go, man. This box score looks awesome to me.
Dude, the box score looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like, the box score looks great. This is the best I don't care that it's the Pelicans. This is the best box score of all season, apart from the Kings blowout game.
Right.
But
I look at those minutes and it gets me excited, bro. Like,
I do too.
That those minutes get me super excited. The fact that listen, the fact that Zach Edey had a migraine yesterday and we didn't even know he's going to play, and the dude damn near plays the entire game.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
I think last year figuring out finally that, hey, he doesn't have a concussion after he already missed 2 games and it was a migraine, kind of made them realize, okay, he has this thing. He has probably a hereditary migraine thing that happens, and they can treat it better. So he doesn't have to go through concussion protocol 3 times a year because he has a migraine.
Yes. Joshua, I absolutely agree with you. It would equal a loss against most teams. 100% agree with you. Rotations matter in the first half. They absolutely do. But there's certain things that you're not going to, I don't think a coach in the NBA or really any coach is going to look at a score in the first quarter and be like, I got to change everything. I got to change my entire game plan. Yeah. In the fourth quarter, you do, right? Like in the fourth quarter, you do, especially in today's NBA. Like, they were down by they were down by 15 to
17.
10,
I think was the biggest lead.
10 to 15 points the entire game. That's like a 2-minute run in the NBA. You
saw it. That's when we took the lead in the fourth. It was a quick 2.5-minute spurt where we finally took the lead.
Yeah. King Meek says he's going to get me some vegetable casserole, some veg-all casserole that Rusty is eating right now. Shout out Rusty.
Yeah. Oh, geez, hang on. I'm doing some quick math real quick. Also, too, this is a Pelicans team that's averaged almost 120 points their last 5 games coming in here. So
say that again. I didn't
this is a Pelicans team coming into tonight that had averaged almost 120 points a game.
What is
that in the last 5
yeah.
games?
Yeah,
in the last 5 games, their offense has stepped it up. Dude, I will say it real quick. I like this young core that the Pelicans have.
So they got the Jeremiah Fears, the Derik Queen, the Zion if he can stay healthy, the Trey Murphy,
yeah, Trey Murphy, and then obviously you still have Herb Jones who's hurt right now.
And Jordan Poole didn't play. I still don't understand Jordan Poole on that team, but that is what it is.
Yeah, that is what it is. But let's see, what else did we have to talk about here? Hey, we're still alive in the cup. We're still alive in the cup.
What is our record in the cup right now?
This year, 2-1.
That's better than what it has been.
We were 1-7 coming into cup play this year, I think, and we are 3-8 now. But yeah, so we're still alive in cup play. We're still alive for that wild card. Okay, hang on. Let me look. Let me go back.
They got 42%, 19 of 45 from the 3-point line, 42%.
Hey, that's crazy because they were 15 of 30 at one point.
Yeah. Grizzlies were 17 of 37 for 46%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just okay. The plus minus has finally been readjusted on StatMuse. Yeah. Zach was a plus 39.
Yeah.
Landale was a minus 34. Yeah, that's insane considering Edey played quite literally double the minutes of Jock Landale.
But let's not overreact to that.
No.
Right? Like, let's not overreact to that. I said this in the group chat. I know, like, when I was really able to pay attention to the game during like the middle of the second quarter and the third quarter. And I was like, I know it's not all Jaren's fault, but it is wild to me how he comes into the game and automatically the team goes on a run. It's not all his fault because it wasn't like he was getting banged on and like it was his fault. He was missing them. It was just all of a sudden they started hitting 3-point shots. Like it, and so those plus minus stats are a little bit deceiving in that regard, but yeah, that's a big drop off, but that's not been that way this entire year.
No, it hasn't. Also, too, Jaren looked like a lot better fit on the court in that second half. He was a plus 27 in that second half.
Yeah.
So, like, I have it. I had it in there. It's a coin flip. It feels like right now. I hope we can get second half Jaren the rest of the for a little bit longer because it just looked like he finally settled into some kind of groove in the offense.
Yeah,
and he was finally playing. He finally wasn't timid or scared to make a mistake. It's kind of what it looked like in that second half.
I've heard Rusty on the $2 Sports Show this week call it the yips. He's got the yips. Is that how much of it is and we're not trying to make excuses for the guy, but no. I know what I've seen out of Jaren in the past. And I know that just literally less than a year ago, he was before his ankle injury at the end of the year was in the running for an all NBA team. He was a dominant player for the Grizzlies without Ja Morant for the majority of the season.
Yeah.
And so I like those things. We can't be revisionist about this and say that Jaren isn't a good player. Jaren's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal player. But this year specifically has been rough for him, and there's a part of me that wonders if there's a level of just overthinking the situation, or is it or do you think it's he's still literally day to day trying to figure out his role in this new system?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like he's trying to find his role and it's overthinking, because when you learn a new system, when you learn anything new, at first, if you don't have confidence, there can be a lot of overthinking in anything you're trying to do new. Yeah. Like you can see it whenever he gets doubled. It's not just like the double team can be light. It could be like a sag off double team where you have one POA defender and then one kind of shadowing from the back. And then Jaren's like, you can see his head spazzing out, trying to find somebody to pass to. And I think they go hand in hand. I really do, because when you try to learn something new, especially a new system that can be as complicated as TI's system is right now, it can cause you to get in your own head. And I think for Jaren, those just played hand in hand. He knows he's a good basketball player, and he knows he can play well in almost any system. It's just trying to learn this new system and figure out where players are. Because I think one of his assists tonight, I can't remember if it was him or said, where he was on the right wing, the double came immediately, and then Jalen Wells just quite literally sneaks down the baseline for a wide open layup. And I think that was Jaren. And he didn't second guess it. He saw a wide open man, and as soon as he saw an open man, he just sent the pass. And so, like I said, I think they just go hand in hand, trying to learn a new system and overthinking it, because he knows he's a good basketball player. He didn't just magically lose that overnight. I just think you're overthinking of what to do in a new system.
Yeah. And so I guess the remedy is time, right? Like the remedy is just time with this
time
system.
heals all.
Time heals all, and success heals all, right? Like
yes.
You get a little bit of a success as a team, and you get a little bit of a success as an individual. If I'm in that locker room right now, if I am a player, or if I'm a coach, or I'm whoever, I am literally going to Jaren and saying, we did this because of you.
Yeah.
Like, did you see what you just did? Like what you just did tonight brought us back from one of the more disastrous losses that the Grizzlies could have had.
Oh boy. Hey, and it keeps our streak of games over teams below 500.
Yeah.
So all 7 of our wins this year are against teams below 500.
It is such a unique thing. Coaching and being a part of a team like that is so unique, because you're dealing with a guy who, like, not every player is like your favorite player or your all-time favorite player, Michael Jordan, who thinks that they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, right? Like Jaren definitely feels like one of those kind of guys that you have to have, like, in terms of, and not to get like crazy with it, but even in terms of like a love language type of thing, those words of affirmation, right?
Yeah.
Like of like, hey, man, you are our guy. You are our guy. It's not our job over at Bluff City Media to be the words of affirmation guy for him. It's the job inside the facility. But if I'm coaching him right now, if I'm in the locker room with him right now, if I'm Ja Morant right now, I'm going up to him and saying, you are our guy. Like you did this tonight, right?
Yep.
Even if there's so many other variables to the equation, it's still Jaren Jackson Jr. needs that you did this for us.
Yeah.
And I hope that, and you talked about being a coin flip. I agree with you. And I don't like that it's a coin flip, because he's too good of a player for it to be that every single game. I really hope this is a kind of a jump off, right? Like a jump off thing for him, where he's able to say, man, let me get back to who I am. I am a badass dude. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a badass ball player, man. It's like Cool Runnings. You're too young for Cool Runnings. All my people out there in the comment section that know Cool Runnings, what's the line I'm thinking of right now? I'm a badass. You know the line. Put it in the comment section. That's what Jaren needs to say to himself every single time.
And okay, so I pulled up the schedule just because I wanted to look at it after I brought up that the games above or below 500. So you've had leads against teams above 500. You had a lead against the now 18-1 Oklahoma City Thunder. You had a big lead against them. You ended up losing that. And then Cleveland, first game with Zach Edey back, had a lead against that the entire game until the fourth. Then you go into that Spurs game. You led the dogfight until the last 2.5 minutes, where we couldn't put the ball through the circle thing that they get paid to do. And now we've rattled off 3 of our last 4 with a 10-point loss in there to the Nuggets.
Yep.
That we very easily could have been in and won as well.
Yeah. No, they're right there, bro. I mean, they're literally right there. They're right there. I mean, if there's anybody that's watching this show that's saying that the Grizzlies aren't playing better and they're not a team that's going to put some wins in the win column, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, it just looks better. It looks, we don't have to go off the deep end after every single bad game. And we also don't have to go crazy after every single good game, right? But all right, everybody's talking about Ced's block.
Yeah, everyone's talking about that Ced block.
Yeah, there you go, Joshua. I see pride. I see power. I see a badass mother who don't take crap off of nobody. That's the line. Yes, thank you, Joshua. Yes.
Yeah, that Ced block. Was it fourth or I think it was OT. Yeah, I think it was OT. Dadgummit, dude.
Was that OT?
I think it was. I don't care how bad the man's shooting. I don't care how bad the man's shooting. He shot 5 10 tonight. Didn't look bad. He took a few threes tonight that were like, Ced, what are we doing here? Because he missed one where he didn't even hit rim. And like it was okay. To me, missing rim and hitting like from straight away and hitting the lower right side of the backboard is worse than the air ball, in my opinion. It's worse than the air ball. And Cedric had one of those, and I'm like, Ced, what are we doing, man? But time and time again this year, we talk about Cedric making winning plays and impacting winning basketball. Because in that Houston game, I believe he shot 2 of 10, and it didn't feel like he shot 2 of 10.
It definitely did not.
No, and we're in like Ced's just there making winning plays. And so what if he doesn't win Rookie of the Year or not? He dang well should be top 2 and not sitting at 3rd right now. Because Cooper Flagg has not. Last I saw, he was 3rd.
Derek Queen got ahead of him.
Anyways, but
VJ Edge, he's 5th. VJ Edge.
Yeah, VJ. Oh, daggone, dude. Dang.
So right now it's Con, Cooper, VJ, Derek, and then Ced.
Cooper's ahead of him, namesake. But
namesake only.
but daggone, man, he's making winning plays and at a rate you don't see for rookies. It's insane. That block we saw against the Nuggets, he was diving on the floor at the end of the game trying to keep us in it when we were down by 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But dadgummit, man, he just looks good. I'm trying to.
And the only thing that helps a guy like Ced is time and repetitions.
Yes.
And he's already a better secondary playmaker than anybody else they have on that roster from the wing position. Like, he's a secondary playmaker who can do things even if his shot's not falling. Bro, yeah. He had 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists tonight. Like, it's not like we're talking about a guy. Yeah, he shot 50% from the field. Okay. He shot 10 shots. As a rookie, he's getting double-digit shots up on a regular basis. I love that for a rookie.
Yeah.
What we know about him is that he is able to impact the game, impact winning in multiple different ways than just scoring the basketball. 9 rebounds as a starting 2 guard is awesome, right? 4 assists as a secondary playmaker is awesome. Like, those are the numbers in his, what are they now? 19 games into his NBA career.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Like, Cedric Howard is doing things that he obviously has a permanent role in that starting lineup now. And I love the direction that this team is headed in with a guy like Cedric Howard. And
I keep saying that the whole Ced block comments stemmed from talking about how good our defense was in the second half, especially fourth quarter. We outscored the Pelicans by 7 in the third, 8 in the fourth, and 5 in OT. I think we outscored them 80-60 in the second half and overtime. That defense stepped it up. And now, granted, New Orleans had a buffer for how well they shot in the first half, but I think it was Pete who said it in overtime. Both these teams were shooting 50, 40, 90 in the entire game.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's
Dude,
crazy.
Like it's high level basketball, and there were no free shots either. It was just both teams were executing, and Brevin said it. You can throw the records out the window. This is high level basketball.
Yeah,
like that's what we saw tonight.
Well, these guys are NBA ball players. Like,
but it's
hey, none of them suck.
No, and none of them suck. But we saw some high level basketball. One thing I do want to point out in the whole game recap: the Grizzlies at one point had a minus 21 advantage in points off of turnovers, I believe. I think it was 23-2 or something like that. Kenny, we won the points off turnover battle 27-23.
Yeah, man.
When we finally started forcing turnovers, we finally started scoring off of them.
Well, what were the turnover numbers? Did they just stop turning the ball? Did the Grizzlies stop turning the ball over in the second half?
It won't give me that individual. Let me look at it. The Grizzlies second half, starting in the third quarter, In the third quarter, they had 2 turnovers. In the fourth quarter, they had 2 turnovers. In overtime, they had 1 turnover.
So 5 turnovers in the second half and overtime combined.
Yep, and they had
which means they had 11 in the first half.
Yeah.
Well, listen, all those things go hand in hand, right? Like they controlled the ball better. They didn't force passes. They made better plays, and they didn't give the ball up to the point where New Orleans couldn't then run off, because New Orleans was trying to push as much as the Grizzlies want to do the speed kills thing. New Orleans was absolutely playing that in the first half. They were trying to run up and down the floor on the Grizzlies, and so all those things go hand in hand. Good offense begets good defense. Good defense begets good offense. You know.
Yeah. Man, this team's starting to get flares of excitement back. And one place that the Memphis Grizzlies thrive in is in a little bit of negativity. And because I'm going to rehash it. I like the Grizzlies when they're hated. I like the Grizzlies teams when they're hated because they just play with a certain edge. And I think we kind of saw that tonight after what transpired over the weekend.
Well, we talked about that on the Anthony Sane show today. Yeah. Y'all tune in 1:00 every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every day of the week. We're there
except
at 1:00. Except for tomorrow. We're off tomorrow. I need a break. But yeah, man. Anthony called it in the game in this episode today. He's just talked about embracing the hate, right? Like embracing the hate. And there is obviously former players on this Grizzlies team embrace the hate and were front runners when it came to embracing that and being kind of the talkers in that regard. But you got some really nice guys on this team now, but you got some assholes too.
Yep. And you still have a couple very nice Rolls Royces waiting to be put back on that court on the bench right now.
Yep.
So, per to Michael Cole, first time the Grizzlies have ever been in the hunt this far into the NBA Cup standings. We are officially on point differential watch with the Kings Suns game. Dude, I like the NBA Cup. It's meaningful. It's meaningful basketball in November.
Now, I think people freak out about the floor and all that kind of stuff. I don't give a crap about any of that.
No.
But I want to play in the NBA Cup. Like, I hope Paris Sharkey gets to go to the NBA Cup in Las Vegas this year.
I hope we find a way into that wild card spot, considering the Lakers decided to lock up our group last night. I hope we find a way with a wild card spot. We have one more Cup game, perfect. Which we have one more Cup game. That's tomorrow or Friday against the Clippers on a 9:00 tip off. So, jeez, man. Whoever's on the post game bounce that night, I apologize. It might be Evan, I think. I don't know. Anyways, Clippers on Friday. Another team below 500, well below 500 at the moment. They have looked like the only person who is competent on that team to play basketball is James Harden.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's still awesome. That team is, Brevin talked about it on the Night Court podcast last week. The team has been up and down and up and down and up and down, and the lows look really low for the Clippers and the highs look okay. It's just all about Kawhi Leonard if he's going to be able to play. Once again, he's been injured for a large portion of the year.
Yeah.
Which, listen, we can't really say much because our best guy's been injured for a long time, for a lot of the season too. But yeah, man, I obviously you come out of that Denver game and you're disappointed you didn't get that win, but Nikola Jokic is one of the best players in the history of the NBA. Like, at this point, I would be safe to say he's probably a top 10 player of all time in my book. If I had to write out a list of top 10 players. You wanted that win. They're missing Aaron Gordon, who's kind of been a notorious heel, a thorn in the Grizzlies' heel. But you come out of that win. You won 2 in a row against Sacramento and Dallas. You lose a Denver game. You come back and you beat New Orleans, and then you have LA on Friday, and you go, okay, like, hey, they got something here. Like, with it 4-1 in the last 5, like that, dude. That's a awesome resurgence from what was it? 6 straight losses? Was how many did they lose in a row? It was a lot, right?
I was spaced out for a split second.
No, how many losses the losing streak, the big losing streak that they had? How many did they lose in a row?
The Grizzlies, right?
Yeah.
If my internet's starting to go slow too. Here we go. How many did we lose in a row? The big one. Yeah, we lost 6 in a row, and we lost 10 of 11.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, you're getting it right back. You're getting right back into the game. Hey, everybody wants to talk about Cam Spencer, bro. We got to talk about Cam Spencer. Cam Spencer deserves some love, Black Ninja DJ says.
Yeah.
He's a dog, man. He's a dog.
That's one thing I love. The bright side of injuries and players being out is every once in a while you'll find a diamond in the rough. You'll find a hidden gem. And Cam Spencer has been that. Cam Spencer tonight. Get my laptop work tonight. That'd be glorious.
11 points, 7 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers. So 7 assists.
4 or 5? 3 or 4.
Nope. 4-11 from the field. 4 or 5. Yeah, 4 or 5. Yep. 4 or 5 from the floor. 3 or 4 from the 3-point line. Yeah,
dude,
he's a baller.
He is a baller. It's going to be hard if we ever get to a fully healthy standpoint. It's going to be hard to knock him out. And
there were in that second quarter when they went on that massive run in the second quarter.
Yeah.
It was the lineup of the very much expected lineup of John Conchar, Cam Spencer, Santi Aldama, and I forgot the other 2 that were out there.
KCP.
Was it Jock Landale and KCP?
Yeah, and KCP.
Yeah.
The entire line switch.
The entire line switch. That lineup is who brought the Grizzlies back into that game at the hands of Cam Spencer, who had some of the nastier, dude, there is nothing cooler to me than a point guard who's got the ball on a string the way that he does, who can pass the ball through the smallest of margins. And that's what he did. And I mean, you could hear, I love listening to Brevin Knight comment on games, especially as a former point guard, which by the way, it is egregious that there are multiple Twitter people out there who claim to be NBA people who don't know Brevin Knight and what he did in the NBA for 13 years in the NBA. And they got pissed off that the Grizzlies comment, brother, if you don't know who Brevin Knight is, you need to turn in your NBA card.
It's the home broadcast. The home broadcast has every right to be a little bit biased. As a broadcaster, 100% valid. I broadcast for a school. I'm a little bit biased towards that school.
But he told the truth. He just said,
an
enforcer.
No,
it's not in your DNA. It's not in your DNA.
Yeah. Every video, especially when he was on Golden State, that you saw him talking trash, it was either on the bench far away from everything else, or he's coming up as the third man to get into the huddle, to get into the scrum. Brevin Knight is, dude, listening to Brevin call a game, it's awesome because especially too, Edey, for what at first looked like just a blatant miss that got blocked, and it was silent for a second. You didn't hear Pete say a word. Brevin immediately, Brevin's passionate about something on a broadcast when he gets not high pitch but escalated in his voice, and he goes, "Man, it's a foul. You gotta call that a foul." and I was like, for on the broadcast, granted they're sitting closer to the floor than we can see on TV. Yeah. It looked like a clean block. They showed the replay, and I'm like, "Dadgummit, Brevin is 100% right. He got all wrist on that block."
Oh yeah.
And he goes, "How can you be that close and just not call it?" And he starts getting higher pitch and more higher pitch, and I'm this man gets so passionate, and I love it.
I love it. But, man, he got so excited, and I love because seeing Cam Spencer drop dimes the way that he was in that second quarter is pretty awesome. Where is this? Keith Fisher said, "I just can't see Cam playing over Vince, Jerome, Wells, and Scotty." One of those guys is getting traded. Yeah, I don't think all those guys are going to be on the roster. And secondly, I would say I think Scotty's going to have a lost year this year. I don't see that toe injury just does not. I think it's going to be a lost year. I think Cam is going to be in the rotation, and I think he deserves to be in the rotation.
Yeah,
moving forward.
And as much as I love Scotty, ever since Cam started having this emergence, he's been my first, and especially him and Vince as well. Scotty's been on my top list as first to be traded on this roster.
I mean, trade it. We can,
if it comes to that.
Well, yeah, but also it's like, what's the value, right? Like,
Exactly.
What's the value for a player? Trades just don't happen in the ether. You got to have value, and you got to have, all those kinds of things. The teams aren't just going to eat salary and send a dude away. They're going to have to get something back. So if a guy like Scotty doesn't have the value that a guy like Vince might, then you might see Vince go, right? Which is crazy because just 2 weeks ago we were talking about get rid of Vince as soon as possible to make room for who was there's somebody we were talking about. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, Cam has proven that he absolutely deserves to be a part of this rotation.
Yeah.
Because of his ability to control. I mean, bro, seven assists, 3 or 4 from the 3-point line, 11 points in 19 minutes is really high efficiency type of play from a guy who's in his second year, and he deserves to be in the rotation. And I don't think there's a level of anybody that looks at Cam when he comes in the game and goes, oh man, this is going to be tough. Like, this is going to be, you got to get through this stretch.
Yeah.
Cam's been a part of multiple times this year where he has alone led the Grizzlies into a big run in games. So shout out to him, man. He's been awesome.
I think like I said, if we get to a fully healthy spot in the season where we have all 15 of our guys, I think we see Cam kind of slide into that John Conchar 14-minute role, maybe like 10-minute at that time, to where if you play 12 guys a game, obviously Gigi hasn't played. As much as I hate to say it, and this probably wouldn't go over well, KCP probably slides further down the pecking order as well.
I don't disagree with you. Disagree with you because if you think about KCP and you think about Cam Spencer, you would say, well, KCP's defense is better than what Cam Spencer can provide on defense. But there's not a single part of me that sees Cam Spencer out there that says his defense is such a liability that you can't have him on the floor.
Yep.
Right. But his offensive game is so high level that it kind of, I mean, the numbers back it up. Look at where's he at in the plus minus.
Our entire bench was negative apart from Conchar tonight, but.
Oh, so Cam was minus 19. Well, listen, in the second quarter, he went crazy.
Let me second quarter.
Look at the second quarter plus minus, because there's no way they went down. They were down by 15, 17, and were back to 5 by the time Jaren came in.
Okay, so dadgummit. Conchar was a +6, Santi was a +8, Jock was a -9, Cam was a +5, and KCP was a +5.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. So, someone said, Joseph Mitchell said, I see rumors about Jaren Jackson Jr. want a trade. Saw it on Facebook. There's your sign, brother.
There's your
sign. Who's that comedian? Here's your sign. If you see it on Facebook, more than likely it's not true.
Dude, the amount of stuff I see that's AI generated on Facebook, like just scam article links. Like I saw one the other day. It was like Ty Simpson, Alabama quarterback, inherits family's farm, is going to refurbish it for a rehab place for veterans.
Shout out Ty Simpson if that's the truth.
Brother, I know both of his. I know his parents. No, that is not happening. Like they don't have that. And I'm like, it's funny seeing those because I'm like, would Julie and Jason actually do this? And I'm like, no. So yeah, that last word right there, Facebook. If you said Twitter, maybe a little bit more believable.
I don't even know about that.
At this point,
hey, if you tell me that it's coming from Bluff City Media, then I'll believe you.
True.
If it's coming from anywhere else, I don't believe it.
I don't know. I've had my fair share of like news, like, oh, that's true. Oh, it's not true today with Alex Golish in Arkansas. So
right.
So
oh man, I was anyway. We can talk about that offline.
Yeah, later.
Do you think they already have told KCP he is likely getting moved during the trade deadline and will start to get DNP in the upcoming months? I don't think you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't DNP a player you're trying to trade. Like you're going to get them extra minutes, right? Like you're going to try to up their trade value. Unless his name is Marcus Smart. You saw that with Jake LaRavia last year. The Grizzlies wanted to move him, and they started to play him a lot more and up his trade value, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna see if they decide to move off of KCP, you're gonna see him play the exact same minutes that he's been getting. I don't think you'll see any DNPs off of him.
You still got what, 3 months until the trade deadline as well? 2.5?
Isn't it in February? Am I wrong
Yeah,
on that?
it's in February. It's right before All-Star weekend, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's
And I agree with this. I think they want KCP in the locker room, even if he's not playing. By the way, thank you, Wayno, for bringing that up.
yeah.
I expect I better see some think pieces about DeAndre Jordan talking shit to KCP on the sideline during that game.
Yep.
Because DeAndre Jordan should know the rules of trash talk. He didn't have a jersey on. He wasn't playing. How dare he talk to KCP, who was out there on the floor? How dare he? Is that, you think, how many think pieces and Grizzlies fans and Grizzlies media are we going to see writing pieces about DeAndre Jordan broke the code?
Well, doesn't he have a ring with the Nuggets?
It doesn't matter. He doesn't play.
So hang on. He's got hardware, Kenny. He can talk all he wants.
No,
I'm not saying that as that is me saying that as people saying, oh, Clay's got 4 rings and he's a 7-time All-Star. Man, you can talk however much you want to. I'm not going to stop. Dude, Jose Alvarado was cooking our crap tonight, and he was talking all the mess he could in the world, and you saw it. Like, dude, he went up in Vince's face after he poked the ball away, and just like, honestly, I thought Jose Alvarado was about to bite Vince Williams Jr. in the face. And if there's 2 players in the NBA that I want to see get into a fight, it's Jose Alvarado and Vince Williams Jr.
Listen, for Jose Alvarado to bite Vince Williams in the face, he'd have to stand on a chair.
That is true. Jose Alvarado is very short.
So let's he might bite him in the belly button. You know what I'm saying? Like
but to my point, like Jose Alvarado got a coach's decision DNP the first matchup we had with the Pelicans this year. And then he comes in and absolutely torches us. Like I don't care if you're Brian Scalabrine or LeBron James. You can talk as much crap as you want to, man.
Dude, it has been I have realized, based on the conversations and the conjecture around Ja Morant and damn Klay Thompson's beef, like talking back and forth, how much of lames we have that talk about sports right now.
It's insane, dude.
Like, bro, y'all have got to stop go talk about like the My Little Ponies if you're gonna be that lame. Like,
well, because if you go back to that NBA play-in game in Ja's second year, where we played in Golden State and Xavier Tillman hit that 3 to knock Golden State out of it in the fourth quarter. Like that game was high intense. Like there was chirping back and forth. Ja was getting in people's faces, and back then, and no one said anything about it back then. Like that game was high intense. If you can't realize that, hey, it's on the court, it's high intensity play, and then you're like, oh, well, he can't do this. He needs to shoot a ball, look at it. If he makes it, nods, turn around, jog back down the court, and just look uniform about it.
Yeah,
man, like it's the soft thing is not talking crap. The soft thing is getting upset about talking crap. Gilbert Arenas getting upset because Ja didn't extend his arm all the way when he pointed at Klay Thompson. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, you're getting mad about that. Like, oh my gosh, it's so stupid. Talk crap if you want to. It's a part of the game.
It is, man. And I laugh about it because, I have, as much as you hear all the think pieces and all that kind of stuff about Ja Morant, my guy Devin Walker said it perfectly on Twitter the day after. He said, man, can we just why do we have to create all this narrative around it when it's literally Ja doesn't like Klay doesn't like Ja, the Grizzlies don't like the Warriors, and the Warriors don't like the Grizzlies, and let's just leave it at that. Because if I have to hear any more, as much as the franchise that I cannot stand the most are the LA Lakers. Like, I cannot stand the LA Lakers. Golden State is like right there with it, because I have heard for 4 years now, every single time I turn on a broadcast talking about the code, right? The code being broken. And my response to it is listen, man, like I'm 44 years old, going to be 45 in January. The first thing I remember, the rule, the code, the man code rule that I was taught by my dad when I was a kid was, brother, you never kick anybody in the balls. You never kick a man in the balls. Don't punch there. Don't kick there. Don't do anything like that. Brother, you got Draymond Green on your team. Like, you got Draymond Green on your team.
Who had a spell in 2016 where quite literally his whole shtick was
kicking everybody in the nuts.
Steven Adams in the nuts.
He's done it at least a gazillion times to Steven Adams, plus other guys. And I'm like, you want to talk about the code? You're not breaking basketball code. You're breaking man code.
Yeah,
man.
You're breaking man code.
You're breaking man code.
Like that the whole code thing, it stemmed from Gary freaking Payton II getting hurt.
Which is fine. It was a bad foul.
It was a bad foul. It was a terrible foul.
None of us were sitting here going, oh, that was a clean foul. No, that was a stupid foul.
A stupid foul.
Mainly because it literally the aura left on that foul.
Yep.
Like the aura left the Grizzlies on that foul.
Yep.
And it changed the game. But for them to say it broke the code when you have Draymond Green, and they've held on to that. Klay Thompson in the post-game interview said that he saw Santi Aldama try to hurt his player, hurt his young guy like they hurt his young guy 4 years ago. And I'm like, brother, you are no longer with Golden State, man. They got rid of your ass. Like, they don't want you anymore.
Because you wanted too much money and you weren't producing. And you look at the video, like, I don't think Santi was trying to hurt Cooper. Like, I think Santi hit the floor, and literally he was looking back at a ref, and you saw the hand go up. Cooper had all the time in the world to take a step to the left and not go over Santi Aldama, and yet here we are having that discourse.
And let's not forget, if you want to talk about it, Santi tried to hurt Cooper Flagg. Klay Thompson's guy, Draymond Green for Golden State, literally hog-tied Zach Edey's leg last year. Yep. On a run back when Zach is 7'4", 300 pounds. Like that.
Yeah, he also, you remember I'm pretty sure it was Green too, who grabbed Brandon Clark by the jersey on the way down.
Yes, dude. Come on, man. Anyway,
we're
off topic.
Yeah, we got off on a tangent for a minute.
But I laugh at that whole the softness that's out there, and I don't think it's soft I think Klay is soft. I think all the stuff. I think he said some true things about Ja in that conversation. I think he said some very real things that Ja needs to pay attention to. But I also think the fact that it came from Klay Thompson and the fact that it's all
right message, wrong sender.
Yeah, it's just soft, bro. Just soft.
Yeah, right message, wrong sender. I dropped my pen. Anyways, I'll get it in a minute.
But listen,
we are at a 58-minute mark.
Yeah, man, we need to get out of here, bro.
Yeah,
dude. I got family at the house. We got Thanksgiving tomorrow. What are you doing what does your Thanksgiving day look like?
So today, actually, we went down to my dad's house. We were outside of Memphis, so I was watching the game on the entire way home tonight.
Shout out!
So we went down. We were in Southaven, Nesbitt area. We had dinner at my dad's house. Really good. I think it's the first year I wasn't able to finish an entire plate because it was just like really good and fulfilling. But yeah, no, we went down there. He gave us, so what he did for desserts this year, he made these like little, not a big pie, but he made like 12 little small pies, like peanut butter pies that are like you can hold in your hand and just eat like bite size. And he gave us some to bring back here. So they're in the freezer right now. Tomorrow about 4:30, we're going to her Mimi's house, which is her dad's side. And her mom's side doesn't do a big Thanksgiving and whatnot. So we're going to her dad's side, which, Kenny, you can slap me next time you see me if I say this. I'm excited because it is an old black person cooking.
Let's go.
Yeah. Dude, I love her Mimi's cooking. I will force myself to eat as much as I can before I quite literally go into a food-induced coma tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's what my Thanksgiving day is going to look like. We're going to chill in the morning. We're going to wake up. She's going to watch the Thanksgiving Day parade, and I'll probably turn on football and basketball downstairs or whatnot. But yeah, we're going to chill and just relax, man.
So put this to rest. And I want everybody in the comment section, once this show's done, add it at the comment section. When is the proper time to eat Thanksgiving dinner? Is it in the nighttime or is it 3, 3:30, 4, even earlier than that? What's the time limit for you?
So usually I say anywhere between 12 and 2.
Okay.
That's what I usually say.
What do you do for dinner? Do you do kind of like a leftover, kind of like
Brother, if I can still walk and eat at dinner, I'm going back into the fridge and I'm grazing off of what's left. Maybe have another dessert at like 8:00 at night. But no, tomorrow, just because of how the other families align that are going to be there, we're eating at 4:30. So it's a little bit later, but it's just with how other families aligned and they're doing other Thanksgivings. So I'm not too mad about it. But I think the ideal time is right between 12 and 2.
Let's do it, man. Well, I'm excited. Tomorrow morning is the leaves have all fallen in our backyard. So tomorrow is all for my entire family. We're getting together. We're going to rake leaves in the backyard, and then we're going to go and get cleaned up and go eat Thanksgiving dinner. We're going to go eat Thanksgiving dinner with my family. And then guess what? On Friday, it is rivalry week kicks off big time, and we have a fantastic show. College football Saturdays will be on Friday.
I don't consider the Cowboys primetime football. They always have that middle slot. Get out of here with that.
We're going to start the show at 2 immediately after the Egg Bowl.
Which is one of
the more consequential Egg Bowls I think that there has been in a very long time, because I think you will learn a lot about who's coaching where amongst multiple big time schools after the game on Friday. And so I'm excited. We're going to watch the game at Grind City Brewing. The game starts at 11. It'll be on the big projector with the sound system. We'll have College Football Saturday, the sets put up. Rusty and I will go live at 2 p.m. on Friday at Grind City Brewing. Y'all come hang out with us. If you're a Mississippi State fan or an Ole Miss fan, wear your school colors and you'll get $5 beers.
Man, I wish I could make it down there Friday, but for a good reason, not able to. Westview made it to the semifinals and they play on Friday night. So,
well, shout out. We'll be there. We're gonna have a good time. Y'all come hang out with us. Come and you can drink off some of your food coma on Friday at Grind City Brewing with us. We'll have a great time.
And no shows tomorrow, is that correct?
No live shows tomorrow. There'll be stuff, but
you'll enjoy time with y'all's families, man. It's the holiday season. Enjoy while you got them. Any other day of the week, you got 3 daily shows, Daily Grind on the weekday mornings at 7:30. You got the 2 Bucks at 11 a.m. and the Anthony Sain Show at 1. We have a host of other shows that come on once weekly. Kenny, you want to give me the rundown of those real quick?
Yeah, man. We got Monday nights. We got No Bluffing, which I've seen you on a lot more lately. Shout out to you and Evan, 2 young guns at Bluff City Media. Tuesdays we have On the Bluff and Tigers Untapped, 10 a.m. for On the Bluff and 3:30 p.m. for Tigers Untapped. Lawrence Dockery does the 901 Soccer Podcast on Tuesdays at 4:30. We have Night Court at 10 a.m. on Wednesdays. Thursdays are just the regular live shows. Fridays, regular live shows. And then we just hit it. We go right back into it. So
obviously post-game bounces and Tigers Live.
Wednesdays, we have the newest podcast. We have the newest podcast at 7 p.m. live on Beat with BCM. It is the beat reporters that cover the University of Memphis athletic program. Roman Cleary, Shamaria Wiseman, joined by Sam Shoemaker, who covers football. Man, it's a great time. It's a great show. So yeah, and then the post game bounces and Tigers Live after every Memphis Tigers and Memphis Grizzlies home game or Memphis Grizzlies game. So
yeah, well, there's your full rundown of the non-weekly shows.
A lot of it, man. We got a lot of
I gave it to the producer extraordinaire Kenny right there. So but hey, y'all enjoy. We're at the hour 5 mark officially. And yeah, man, it's Thanksgiving. Enjoy time with your family, enjoy food, enjoy what should be a good sports day as well with college basketball and college football. And man, make sure if you can make it out there, go to Grind City Brewing on Friday. Well, I'm Jared Davidson. That's Kenny Stubblefield. Appreciate you, man. And one final thought, as always, it's go Grizz, baby.